Kids and cadets, happy Monday. Hopefully you had a good weekend. My dry spell with the scrappers ended yesterday. I was still in my slumber. The doorbell rang. I got up and my neighborhood scrapper was walking back to his truck and trailer. I looked down and he had left these here on my sidewalk. So I just looked down from the front porch, saw one was a baby 20 and one was a Toro. I said, how about 30? So I grabbed 30 and gave it to him. He says, from now on, I'm just going to leave them and get with you later. So luckily I caught him before he got in his truck and took off, gave him $30, which is fine by me. Less chance of damage if he could drop them off here without dropping a washing machine on top of them. It's better for me, less cracked plastic. So having looked these things over, we could have two Briggs and Stratton engines that are locked up, but chances of that happening are slim to none. It's probably fuel issue, but we're going to find out. You never can tell. My luck could be bad on a Monday morning. So let's start looking these two turds over. We got let's start with the baby 20. I always like to see baby 20s come in. Simplest machines. You got one cable, safety brake cable, no nonsense. Fix the engine, put a blade on it if it needs it, and they go out the door for 120. So I figured 10 on pricing for the baby 20 and then 20 for the Toro Recycler, since it is self-propelled. So let's see what this thing is. It's been sitting a while. It's got a lot of black mold on it. Let me see if I can give you the year. Conforms to regulations. I really gotta get the black mold off. 2019 looks like, under the black mold. It is a 2019, looking at the engine serial number, which is 1910338428802. I can give you the engine model number as well. It's the 09 Papa 5020055 Frank 1 is the engine number. 300E. Just looking at the stickers, I don't see that this thing's been used a lot. You still got the barcode sticker on it. Warning, cancer and reproductive harm in California. Okay, let's do an oil checky check, an air filter checky check. I would call that the original filter. We'll put that to the side. I'm guessing on this, it hasn't been abused. I can just tell we're going to have an issue with fuel, that's my assumption. Oil hardly used and it's at the right mark. I swear they took this thing out of the box and used it once. Oh, we got some anole eggs too, or anole shells. They hatched. I wonder why they attracted to mowers. See the white shells there? Those are the anoles. Mr. Cluck, what do you say we turn this over and look at the blade? I bet you we'll have a blade that we can sharpen. Mr. Cluck agrees. He thinks we should check it out too. This is going to be a quick turnaround. We'll make 110 or 20 on this. Okay, this thing's been sitting. Like I thought, blade is square, not sandblasted. They couldn't get this thing to run and parked it next to the garage in some dirt. You'll get this crumbly rust. What happens is the rain gets into the soil and it stays in the soil, and it just causes this surface rust. When you put anything metal on top of dirt, the soil holds the water. Best thing to do is put it on concrete if you can, or in a shed or in the garage. Let me bring out the nitro. We're going to try firing this thing off. So I'm pleasantly pleased with this 2019 yard machine. I wouldn't think it would start on its own. It just looks like it's been sitting. I'm not even going to try it. It does have fuel in it. Well, what the hell? We'll do it since there's fuel in it. We'll just see what it's going to do. Cable's sticky. Cable's rusty. Kind of hesitated. Okay, 3 strikes, you're out. Let's goose it. I've got 2 of these ready to go right now. I won't cry if I've got 3 ready to go. If it's a fuel-related issue, it's going to burn off this nitro momentarily, not pull up any burnable fuel, and then stall out. That's how we're checking the fuel system. If it kicks off and fires, we know the plug in the electrical system is operative. Okay, 3 pulls and it kicked off momentarily, so carb cleaning on this one. I may throw this on the lift table and we'll do this one together. 2019. Touch up the blade. I don't have to mess with the oil. It looks showroom clean. And then wash it down, although it's not terribly dirty. Let's go on to the recycler. So this may be a fantastic catch for 30 bucks. I might have to throw a couple of bucks at him if he shows up again. Bonus bucks. Okay, what do we got? We got a Greenworks bag. I told him to give me bags if he found them. So we'll put that in the bag pile and wait for a machine to come in without a bag. So let's look this over. Been under a tree. We can tell that, a pine tree, and then there's an oak tree in the yard. We got pine needles and oak leaves. Let's see, what do we got here? I think I can read it. Oh, got another '09. We just worked on an '09 last week. 124 Tango 02 0203 Bravo 109051457. So the 5th month, 14th day of 2009. So I bet you this is going to be a 20332 on the Toro number. And I was close, 20331 on the Toro model, 20331, which we've been working on a lot of 330s and 331s, so this will be no different. Oh, I just noticed that the plastic cracked, but it's where the tank meets the rest of the plastic. It won't leak, it's just a surface crack. Serial number 290105220. Let's look at oil since we're here. People like to help Quaker State out in their sales. This is overfilled. It's up here. Should be down here. The last one we had was filled higher. It was filled up to here on the last Toro. More oil does not equal good. It does not equal better for the engine. In people's mentality, they think, oh, if I overfill it, it's better than having it underfilled and causing engine damage. Okay, this is dry. Nothing here. I see a little whitening of the tank because this thing sat outside the sun, dried out the plastic. We may be in for another tank. I'm not worried about this surface crack here, but down below we may have some weeping. Okay, so I gave you all the info on the model number 20331. Let's look at the air filter. See if Harvey and Helen did anything. Guaranteed to start. It's got the 6.5, which is what the other machine had that I worked on last week. 6.5. Okay, so we're missing the guard, the chute guard here on this side. Well, let me bring you over. We can do a 3 for 1. 3 lookies for 1 position. So no trap door. Blade looks like it's got meat on it. You can see it's not rounded. There's a surface here that I can sharpen. It's just dull. So blade is salvageable. No trap door. The invisible air filter. Look at this thing. You see how oil it is. It was going to be pouring out oil because it's overfilled, and that oil settles here and it just traps all the sand and debris that's kicked out of here. So in a way, this acts like a filter, this oil, but it doesn't catch it all. You see all the buildup up here. And there's some in the throat of the carb. So I guess we'll put some nitro in here and see if it kicks off. Tank's dry, and you see the bleaching of the plastic there. Okay, my iPad's getting hot. Put you in a little bit of the shade here. Okay, both the cables look good. Sorry, Mr. Cluck, that cable just knocked you down. That was terrible of me. Okay, action in both cables. So if this is just a simple carb clean, that'll be exciting. I got a lot to work with. Don't have to replace the blade. It's just an oil change and carb clean, blade sharpening. I could grab my gas and put it in, but why waste the gas? You could just tell this thing's sad, and the no maintenance here, I wouldn't send this out the door without cleaning the carb. I want to start off with a good running engine. Okay, the choke is stuck. I just pushed the choke to squirt it internally, and the choke is so gummy it's not springing back. So this is a non-priming unit. It's going to have the air vane. Let me see if I can manually move the air vane. Okay, I just did. So the air vane's sticky. I put it on full choke. Let's give Mr. Cluck a ride. Mr. Snake's gonna watch the progress. Stay out of the blade. Okay. Couple pulls, huge plume of black smoke, which I expected. We got a quart more of oil than we need in the crankcase. Fired off, sounded good. No knocking, no banging. So good. We've got a good electrical system to work with. Carburation is our issue, so we'll address that. Maybe I'll bring you along for this. I know you'll be bored with another quantum cleaning, but that's all I got right now for fresh kills. Tread wear's good. This is going to be a good one on the 09. Build date, the 20331 Toro model number. So that's it in a nutshell, kids and cadets. We got a couple of fine beauties. I'm going to continue to motivate with a 48 Ford and see what else the day brings. I like to get a couple of easies once in a while. I consider these too easy. I don't have to order cables. I don't need blades. It's just simple stuff. Oil change on this one, blade sharpening. And I've got to look for another trap door. I got another Toro like this I've fixed with a quantum. And I had picked up this trap door for it, but the holes don't line up. I was going to drill my own holes. Let's see if this one would work on this machine. But looking at the hole spacing, I don't think this is the right trap door. It's got the chute. I could do the same thing with this one. Drill another hole. Yeah, the hole isn't right. Spring works though. I was going to pull out the trap door, but it's binding the trap door. something like that. I'd probably have to drill 2 fresh holes to line up the trap door, something like that. None of the holes in the deck match up with this one. Anyway, that's that. You guys continue to have a good day today. Appreciate you coming out. As always, tip your waitress and wait staff. They really appreciate your generosity. I'm going to plow ahead with these 2 fine beauties. Adios, amigos. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate you guys liking and subscribing. I always like to hear what projects you guys are working on. I'm envious you got grass growing up north. It's too damn hot down here with no rain. Grass is still dormant. Just takes a couple of days of rain and it'll shoot up like a rocket. So looking forward to that. Sales will increase. Everybody will live happily ever after. See you.